Hey guys, there you are. Dan here. Tonight we're going to be doing another tutorial. We're going to be doing another build. I'm really excited about this one. Tonight we are going to be building the Russian 91%. I'm trying to keep this to things that we've got going on vape trading group buys. Some things will change, like I just did a dual coil last night. I haven't edited and posted it yet, but I did the QZI Megatron last night, so be on the lookout for that. After the Russian, we're going to be doing the Omega, okay, which Vape Trading is not doing this, but there's another group that's doing the clones of these, and I don't have a clone, but this did come in today. I got it for a friend, and so he agreed to let me do a build video before I pass it along to him. So thanks, Chris Swigert, for that, and I'll give it to you with a sweet build already on it, too. So tonight we're going to be doing the Russian, okay, and I'm pretty jazzed about the Russian, and the reason for that is silica addies have been in and out of my life for quite some time. I had, back when we'll skip that, but I had a 3.1, I traded it for a Squape, traded a Squape for something else, and then traded something else for a K-Fun Light, and then didn't have a silica for a long time, and then I got a Russian 100% for cheap on, I think I got it on Vape Trading Group Buys, and I broke it within 2 days. I broke the pin there. So if anybody knows, by the way, anybody knows where to get a replacement pin for this, man, if you could let me know where that is, or if you have one, I would love to buy it or trade you something for it, because I'd love to get this back up and running. First off, though, I will say, the 91% has much better threading than the 100%. I mean, it's night and day. This thing is smooth to take apart. I haven't built this yet, but I did take apart to clean it, and it is so much smoother than the threads on the 100%. Just FYI. So if you had some experience with the 100% and it stopped you from getting a 91%, whole different ball game right here. All right, so first we're going to take it apart, and I had it all taken apart, and then I decided to put it back together so I could show you how to take it apart. All right, the first thing here, your drip tip screws in. Now, the 91% does come with an adapter, just like the K-Fun 3.1, okay? So you can use the threaded drip tip that it comes with, or you can, it comes with a little threading thing, and you can put your own drip tip in there if you'd like. Then you're just going to unscrew this part right here, unscrew it a little bit, and then pull it off, because there is an O-ring right in there. Okay, I always like to just double check, make sure that goes back in there, because that is a very important O-ring. We'll set this over here. Okay, I'm just going to set this off to the side so it's not in the way. Now, you can take all three sections here apart, but there's no need for it, unless you're swapping out for the stainless steel section there. So we're just going to take that off. We'll set that over to the side, and then we've got our chimney. Take that apart. This part take off, and there's a reason for that, and I'll explain that later. Alright, and then we're going to get right down to the nitty-gritty right here. So the way that we're going to be building this, okay, we're going to do micro coils with cotton. Okay, and I like to wrap micro coils on a screwdriver. Now, I've already torched this, okay? I like to torch my wire. It makes it less springy. It helps with hot spots. I think, that hasn't been confirmed by anyone else, but I really feel like it helps with hot spots. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this, okay? We're going to take it. I'm going to do this so you can see. My finger's going to get in the way a little bit there for this first coil. Where we're just going to bring it up and bring it right down. We want to keep it close to that lead. And then we're just going to bring it around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And we'll do one more for good measure. 7. Now, one of the things that you'll notice right off the bat here is that I've got my leads going in opposite directions. And there's a reason for that, because on the K-Fun, or the Russian, they need to go opposite directions. Alright? So now I've got that. I'm going to slide this up, and I'm going to go ahead and take my clippers. I'm going to clip the extra off. I'm going to place my coil literally right over the air hole, right here. Okay? Now once I do that, I'm going to take one of my leads, and I'm going to wrap it around that screw. Alright, now I've got that wrapped around. I'm going to take my screwdriver and screw that down, tighten that down. So now we've got this lead screwed down. Now we're gonna, I like to keep my screwdriver in there while I do it to keep those coils nice and clean. Okay. Then we're going to take our other lead and wrap that around also. Now we'll screw that one down. Okay. And then I'm going to clip off the leads. Okay. Now, you'll see I've got that touching. We want to raise that up. So I'm just going to slide my screwdriver in there, and I'm going to pull up. Okay. And now we've got our coil sitting up a little bit. You can see that we've got an opening beneath the airflow there. 1.3. Alright. We're getting some nice heating there on those coils. Screw this in a little more. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Now we're going to take our cotton. Now the way that we're going to do this, we're going to pull out some cotton here. Now we're just going to unroll that. And just kind of pull some of this off until we have a nice long piece. And we're going to roll it up. Okay. Just roll, roll, roll. Alright, now the way that we're going to do this, okay, you're just going to take your cotton and just thread it right through your coils there. Now here's how you know you got a good amount of cotton. As we pull it through, you'll notice it's just kind of sliding. It's not getting caught up and backed up. If it gets caught up and backed up, it's too thick. So we're going to just leave it right, we'll just call it right here. That looks good to me. Okay. Now I'm going to clip some of this excess off. And then I'm going to take this just like this. I'm going to fold it up, and I'm going to slide this chimney over it. Okay. We'll screw that down. Okay. And then we're going to clip the excess off here. So you can see it's kind of sticking up out of there. Just a little bit higher than the edge of that chimney. I'm going to go ahead and clip that. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Just going to go a little bit above that chimney. And I'm going to clip that off. Okay, so now we've got to get our wick down in there. Okay. Now you don't need to stuff it in to, you just want to get it down there. Okay. Just angle it down there. Don't jam it in. Okay. So now we've got our wick in there. We're going to go ahead and put a little bit of juice in there. So now we're going to check for vapor, okay, which we were seeing red coils earlier, so we should be good to go. And you can see we've got some vapor coming out there. Perfect. So now I'm just going to drip a couple more drops in there. And then we're going to put the cap on the chimney here. But you want to test this, okay, because if your wick is burnt, you want to know right away. Okay, so you're just going to take a little bit of a vape right here. Don't be afraid of it. Okay, this makes a nice little drip tip. And that way, if something's wrong, you'll know right away before you've put everything else on and you filled up a whole tank. We're good to go. Okay, now there are two ways that you can fill these up. I'm going to show you the way that I typically have in the past with all of mine. You can do whatever way suits you. The first way, okay, and this is easier if you're doing a top off, you've got a little screw on the bottom. You can take that screw out, okay, and use a syringe or a little bottle and fill it up right from that end, upside down, screw back in, and then right back up. Okay, I don't typically like to do it that way. I prefer, and I have no idea why this is, I prefer to just go ahead and fill it up from the top, just like this, and just fill it up. Now you can see I've got mine filled up right to about here. Okay, just to about there. Okay, because we've got to leave some room for the threadings for the top. Now I like to go ahead and screw this piece on just because it gives me something to use to screw in. Now what you're going to do is put it on. Okay, now you've got that O-ring in the center, so it's going to fight you a little bit. Okay. But you're just going to screw it on until that O-ring makes contact. Okay, that's it. See, it's not all the way down. Okay, and then we're going to turn it upside down and then screw it in the rest of the way. If you do flood it, it's not a big deal. Just cover up the air hole there and blow into it. It will clean itself out. Okay, and I didn't lose too much juice there. So there we go, guys. Took a little bit longer than I expected, but it's a Russian right here on the Nemesis. Fits really well, nice and flush. It's a great little vape. There we go, guys. That's your Russian K-Fun. They're literally built the exact same way. We even had a flood, and that's been taken care of. We're just going to keep vaping this.